Well, okay. I'm about to begin now. Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar on how you can save precious time and streamline your operations with the mail merge feature and digital signatures. I'm Abisola, and I'll be the host for today's session. I appreciate your time and participation in today's webinar. This webinar is expected to last 1 hour, and it will be recorded, which you will get the recording by the end of the week. It will be sent out to all registered participants so you can review the content or share it with others if you wish. I want to encourage active engagement during this webinar. If you have any questions related to the topic, please utilize the Q&A button below in the Zoom chat to submit the questions, and I'll be addressing your questions at the end of the session to ensure that we have, we keep track of today's webinar. Okay, so today's webinar is in regards to how we can save precious time, streamlining your operations with mail merge features and digital signatures. So what we're going to do is we're going to just go through today's agenda. Okay, so understanding mail merge. Okay, so with mail merge, it's very important to understand the use of mail merge and what the feature is for. The feature is to send out agreements specifically for signatures, say from tenants to, so property managers to tenants, or property managers to, say, owners, for example. If you're looking for them to sign a document, you can mail merge a document in which would then, request for them to sign that document. We're going to discuss the benefits of mail merges, and then we're going to have an overview of the mail merge feature. And then lastly, we're going to explain the functionality of digital signatures. So to begin with understanding mail merge, to start this, what I will do is I will log on to my test account, which I will use to sort of demonstrate or to explain how mail merge function works. So this is my test account in which I use to conduct all my tests and run all my tests on the system. So in order to begin with mail merge, it's essential to understand what the feature is for and how to use it. So in order to use it, where I always go is I always go to the documents and I always go to the mail merge templates. So the mail merge templates, these are the templates that you add onto the system that syncs the information that you've added onto the tenancy onto that particular agreement that you're trying to send out, right? So in order to process this, what you need to do is you need to go to you need to get your template up. So in this case, what I'll be doing is I'll be using one of the templates that I've already got on the system. So I'll download this now. Okay, so this is also a test tenancy agreement that we use to sort of test these things on the system. So we need to focus on the variables. The variables are very important as this is what sort of merges the document from the information that you've put in the tenancy agreement or the tenancy section on offer. So to start off with, we need to get these variables out. And in order to get these variables out, the best place to get these variables out is under the tenancy section here. As this document is within the tenancy sort of portfolio or tenancy section, it's important to understand to get those tenancy variables out that we insert into the document. This will be done from the tenancy section. Then we go to view variables. This is now where we get those particular variables from. So for example, if we wanted to know the tenant's name, if you want the tenant's name to display on the tenancy agreement or the document you're trying to mail merge, you use the variable tenant name here. So what you do is you just copy this and you go into the tenancy agreement document that you've got open up, and you find the area in which you need to put the tenant's name into the document. And what you need to do is you need to paste it in there. right? So once this is done, you save the document, and then you need to upload the document back onto Arthur into the right template section. So if this was the template I was using, you could just replace it, or you could just go upload new template and upload this template onto the system. Now the template is concluded or it's finalized, what we're going to now be doing is we're going to be learning how to then mail merge that particular document. So what you want to do is you want to go to a particular tenancy. So this tenancy, for example, has a current status. So we drop down, go to add the mail merge, test, AST. So it's a contract. Okay, so before I do this, what I want to do is I want to know the particular document so I can use the right. Okay, so let me use this. Okay. So now we're looking for the template. So this is the template section here. As you can see, multiple templates can be added to this section. So for example, if you have a tenancy that has 3 tenants within it, within that particular unit, and you would have a template that would then have 3 sign-in variables on that document or 3 names on that document. So you need to create a template due to how many tenants you're going to be sending this document out to. So if it's 2, then this would be named AST template for 2 tenants. If it was for 3 tenants, it would be AST template for 3 tenants, and so on and so forth. Right. So let's choose a template. And then what we're doing is creating digital signature. Okay, so I knew that wouldn't work. Let me try that again. Oh, right. I know why. Because there's no payment. So my test account doesn't have a payment function in it. All right, just bear with me 1 second. Let me get a different account up. So it would be tenancies, add mail merge, document name, AST, document type, contract, AST. So let's just use. Right, so this is a custom variable error that's been added onto this particular document, which we will discuss as well. I'll discuss with you custom variables and how it works. So with this, so this is how the document would then pull through, right? So the variable that's been used for system date would show the system date information, right? The reason why it's also encouraging me to add a signature field in here is because this document that I'm currently using doesn't have the signable fields within it. So when a document doesn't have the signable fields within it, it encourages or prompts you to add a signable field in there, right? So this is the digital signature signable field that you can add within the document. But if there was a signable field that's already been placed in this document, then this option wouldn't be, it would be given to you. So let me see if I can get a different document that has the signable fields in it. Okay, no worries. We'll just do it together now. So this document here, I would just go to my R4. Right, we'll go to my tenancy section, digital signature, signable field 1, go into the document, and I just have to put the signable fields in this section here. Signer 2. save this document. Then I'll go back onto the author account. Right, documents. And then I go to Mailmatch templates, upload new file, webinar test. There we go. So now I'll go back onto my tenancies and you will now be able to see the difference between when you had a signable field within the document and when you don't. As you can see, that option doesn't come anymore. Now you're just given the option of selecting a signer. So I can select a property manager as a signer, and then I could also select a tenant. So if this tenancy that I'm using as a current tenant within it, with their email address added onto that tenancy, their name would pop up on here, which you can then select as the second signer, and then you go to next. You can always attach any documents as well. So any documents you wish to attach to the Mailmerge document that's been sent out, you can always add. The difference is this document just won't be able to be signed. It's just going to go out as a partner or a partner to the document that's the agreement that's been signed. So for example, if you wanted to add a right to rent guide with your tenancy agreement, or say, for example, you wanted to add information about utilities, what you can do is you can have a document, which is a Word document added onto maybe the unit, the property or the tenancy, which would then show up in this section here, which you can attach to the Mailmerge document that you're sending out, the agreement you're sending out. So for example, I can just say that. This can also be a PDF file. Cool. So there. So please sign here. So then you can just confirm and send. And this would be one credit, even though you've got documents attached to the agreement. Right. So that's how that works in regards to processing. So that's how that works in regards to overview or understanding of how to process a mail merge on offer. Right. So what we're going to now do is we're going to now do a little bit of a poll. I just want to have a little bit of an understanding on how you guys see this feature. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this out of the screen. Okay, so I'm going to run a poll in a second. So with this poll, I just want you to give me a little bit of an idea of how you use or how the feature can absolutely assist you. Bear with me 1 second, please. So I'm going to run the poll now. So just know you're going to have a few minutes just to be able to respond back to the poll and let me know your opinions. Okay, so this is a tenancy agreement poll. Just let me know when you go. So just give me an opinion. How often do you send out your tenancy agreements? Is this something you do on a daily basis, a weekly basis, monthly? Is it occasional or is it never? It's just good to have a rough idea of the people that's within the meeting right now. I'll give it another minute or two. Right, okay. So I can see occasionally is quite common, but daily is also common. Okay, that's fine. So obviously understanding of mail merges or how to then send off tenancy agreements is very important to your business or what you do. So the benefits of mail merges, it streamlines, it makes it quicker, it makes communication very effective within yourselves and your tenants or with the property owner. Also, it has all the information on the tenancy agreements, which can be collected from the tenancy that's been created with Arthur, rather than you manually have to fill in, rather than you having to manually fill it in and then send out the agreement individually. It saves time. And yeah, it's just very beneficial to use this feature to send out your tenancy agreements or to mail merge any document. Right, so we've done an overview explaining the functionality of digital signatures. Okay, so I'll explain to you the functionality of digital signatures. So we have a third party or second party company called Signable that we use. Signable is the company that we use that assists us in sending out of the agreements or the documents out. You have to buy the credits. And in order to buy the credits, what you need to do is you need to go into the section here, offer store. You go to billing and payments, uh, credit history, sorry. So this way you could get to see all the digital signature credits that you currently have. But in order to buy it, to do digital signature here, signable here. So you can set up an auto top up settings in which whenever your credit is gone down low, it will just auto top it up for you. And this is what you get to buy your envelopes from. So envelopes are bought on, like I said, offer store. Then you go to digital signature, signable, and then you can purchase the credits from this section here. Right. So we'll run another poll in a second, just because I want to have another idea. This now. Okay, so poll two is to know what are the biggest challenges you face when processing tenancy renewals, for example. And you can select as many as applies. Okay, so documentation and paperwork, time management, coordination with multiple properties. Okay, well, with multiple parties, sorry. Okay, so I could see that all three are quite high. And this is the benefits that the mail merge option gives you when using Alpha, right? So it would be easy to document and have the paperwork, able to process documentation and have the paperwork. It saves you time, so time management. And also it helps you coordinate with multiple parties. So say, for example, you need a signature from a property owner, you need a signature from a tenant and a property manager. You can put all three of those people within a particular document and send the documents to all those three people. So that's what mail merge does. So I'll give it one more minute to see if anybody wants to submit an answer to the poll. If not, we're going to end the poll and then just conclude with our webinar or go on with our webinar. Whatever questions you guys have, please don't hesitate to just use the Q&A button below. Ask your questions. Once I'm done here, what I'll do is I'll go through all the questions and I'll be able to answer it adequately, okay? Okay, so I had the poll. Thank you guys for answering the polls. Appreciate that. So we've gone through understanding of mail merge, the benefits of mail merge, the overview of mail merge feature and how you can then process your agreements or documents and offer. And I've explained a bit of functionality about the digital signature. So we know how to purchase our envelopes. One envelope goes out with one agreement that's been signed. So next, what I want to touch up on is, okay, so the mail merge feature allows you to upload templates to the system and auto-populate it from data available within the system, right? So very important to know that. It also enables you to have documents filled in, including tenancy agreement, sending out notices, or creating a mail merge notices, right? The document utilizes variables as a placeholder to ensure each copy is unique, right? So each tenancy agreement or document that's been sent out will all be unique and it won't be the same thing. The process of mail merge involves automatically populating a dynamic information such as names, dates, and terms. Offer retrieves this information from existing tenancies within your system. Cool. So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to so yeah, if you've got any questions, guys, please just use the Q&A chat. Just put your questions in there and I'll read it out and I'll be able to answer it appropriately, okay? Right, okay. So I can see we've got a few questions in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through those questions now. Um, yeah, okay. So I'm going to go through do we have to buy credits through offer or can we go direct to signable? No, you buy the credits with offer. The credits are bought with offer. Um, what are offers planned for integrating vouch tenant referencing? The referencing you have isn't great, which honestly, that's a question I need to ask the higher ups in regards to integration. I don't believe we're integrating at the current moment. But what I can do, Natasha, is I can find out more information and then send it to you via email. No option for PVT in Scotland, just for your information. One answering, thanks. Can you please elaborate on your question? What does PVT mean? I'm sorry. And Diano, hi, many thanks for the explanation. Can we send a booking form to prospective tenants? So you can send out a booking form, but it just depends on, are you referring to an application form or a booking form? And will this form be requiring a signature ERC? Do we have to backward sign up at more competitive rates? I could get a member of the team to reach out to you, Natasha, in regards to the pricing of the credits. Can you use mail merge on the applicant stage rather than tenancy stage? I do believe so. So we'll test that together in a second. I'll show you how that works. So under the applicant stage, so if I go to applicants, and this applicant, for example, I can go here. So yeah, no, you can't process it from the applicant stage. Oh, actually, let me make sure. Let me see. Yes, no, you can't process it from the applicant stage. This has to be from a tenancy stage. Jane, when a tenancy agreement has been signed, can we receive a signed tenancy agreement? Cannot. when we received them. So in regards to that, Liam, what you need to do is you need to create an automation on your system in which whenever a tenancy date begins, whenever the start date begins, then the tenancy status can then be changed to approved or whenever yeah, something like that. But the mail merge feature won't have nothing to do with that. So once a mail merge has been signed and it's come back onto Alpha, it wouldn't, the automation wouldn't then trigger for the tenancy status to change to approved. That's two different separate features. So the automation feature and the mail merge features. Uh, sorry. And yeah, no, I'm just reading how many no option. Um, And yeah, now what you can do is if you just once we're done with our webinar today, if you come onto the live chat, I'll be able to assist you a little bit further because I think I know what you're requiring, what you're referring to. So please just come onto the live chat and I will be able to assist you on that, okay? Also, when a tenancy agreement has been signed, can we get a better notification, i.e. it creates a trigger? Unfortunately not, Liam. Like I said, they're two different features. So that's the mail merge features, or sign up a feature, and then we have the automation feature. If offer included model tenancy agreements instead of examples already set up for mail merge and signable as part of offer subscribe, I'm not sure this facility would be used more often. Obviously, it would have to be updated with the legislation changes, but this is something we are all surely needed. Yes, unfortunately, we can't create agreements for property managers. This is a legal binding information or document between you and your tenants that we don't participate in. Obviously, we can help you in regards to facilitating and making sure that your tenants receive the documents and making sure that the documents is the best form it can be, but we can't actually create agreements or tenancy agreements on your behalf or give you a template, Simon. Any more questions, guys? It's okay. I just mean we do not have to renew tenancies every 6 months or whatever anymore. Periodics are already commented, so no, I'm not answering. Okay, cool. Got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay, so any more questions in regards to mail merges and how it works? Obviously, what we didn't really go through is this can also be used. So we can also create the template for renewals. Okay, just I've got one more question, guys. Bear with me. Is it okay? It's okay. Hi, I've tried to add documents such as gas safety and ESCR to Senate, but it says error. Okay, so Jack, whenever that happens, that's due to a few reasons, right? So sometimes it's because you need to edit the document, the attached document. What I'll do is, if you come onto the live chat, Jack, I'll send you an article that helps you with troubleshooting whenever that happens, right? So yeah, there's a whole article that can assist you with that whenever you're getting any type of error, whenever you've merged and or added a document to the agreement. Once the tenant is signed by the tenants and returned to the offer, once a tenancy agreement has been signed by the tenants and returned on offer, but before the moving day, if you find an error, can you amend and send it out again? Not the same document, obviously. So what you would have to do is you just have to cancel that document or get rid of that document and then create a new mail merge and then send it out to the tenants. But unfortunately, that will be consuming one credit. Any more questions, guys? Okay. So what I was trying to refer to earlier was so the templates can also be created in regards to renewals. So what you need to do is you go to the tenancy variables again. You go to general and you just look for renewals. So the renewal, right? So if you wanted some renewal information, so say once you've processed the renewal on the system, firstly, then you want to send out an agreement to the tenants, obviously for the renewal information. What you would need to do is create a template in which you use the renewal variables within that document, so it can pull through the renewal information that you've done on Alpha. Let me also see what else I can show you in regards to this feature. So all documents, once they've been created, will sync through. Once they've been created and sent out, will be found on the digital signature field here. So you would be able to then be able to follow it to see whether it's been signed, to see whether it's been sent, or if it's not gone through, right? So if it's not gone through, it might say processed, or it might just give you a different status, right? Also, you can see the amount of people that signed this document. So here you can see 2 out of 2 people have signed it. But if this wasn't the case, it would show 1 out of 2 signed it, right? So for example, like this, 1 out of 2 people have signed this document. So another thing you need to be aware of is we can do a lot of the chasing from our end. So say if you've sent out a document to a tenant and you wanted to sort of know an update, you just have to come onto the live chat to ask for an update. We have a good relationship with Signable in which we can see the journey of your document and seeing who needs to sign it next. So if you reach out to us, we'll be able to assist you with that. So what else? So in regards to mail merges, if you go onto our YouTube channels and you go to our knowledge-based articles, we have got a lot of information or helpful tips or advice, or even we have a guide on what you need to follow or how you can follow it. And what it will do is it will just assist you in creating the mail merges. It will assist you in creating the variables. There's some information within Alpha that does not pull through to the agreement. So, for example, if you have a tenancy in which you collect service charge for, the system just doesn't recognize service charges, right? So what you would need to do is you would need to create a custom variable, right? So you go to the template, and here you could see the drop down and it says custom variable. So you just need to create a custom variable here, which would say something like service charge. Right, and there would be a text, or say this could be a currency, and I could just put that here. So what I would need to do is I would just copy this section out and then go and insert it in my document, right? So what would happen is whenever I then mail merge this document, I would be prompt to put the amount into this area by myself manually, just because the system can't recognize it. So that's how custom variables work. Natasha, so yes, so you need to come to us. Yes, so like I was explaining, on this section here, you would be able to see, you would be able to chase, right? So for example, if you come onto the digital signature section here, and you said that you needed to chase for this person, for example, or one of these people, what you could do is you could just resend the document, yeah? But if not, you can reach out to us, and we could do that on your behalf. Does that answer your question? Okay, so like I said, or like I was saying, in regards to the knowledge-based articles and YouTube, these are materials that we hand out to our clients in which they can use to be able to understand more about mail merge feature, signable feature, signable feature, all features on offer in general. So if you have any questions or any sort of queries, I always prompt our clients to go on to our knowledge base article first, or you can also go to our YouTube channel. Okay, so we have our next webinar, which will be on Alpha bank feed cash book reconciliation, matching Alpha bank balance to cash book balance. And I believe this will be on the 29th of May 2024 at 11 a.m. Hosted by my colleague Shivam. Obviously, more information in regards to this webinar would be sent out ahead of time. So please look out for that. Okay, so I want to thank you for participating in today's webinar. We hope you found it informative and valuable. Our next webinar will focus on Alpha bank feed cash book reconciliation, matching Alpha bank balance to cash book balance. So you guys that are very financial aspects of Alpha is very important to you guys. I would suggest you come on to that webinar. If you've got any questions, I'm gonna leave the for the next, I would say till 11:40. So if you've got any questions up until 11:40, please just put your questions onto the chat, and I'll be able to read it, okay? Yes, so the recording for the webinar will be sent out to you by the end of the week. So yeah, be expecting that, Teja. No one ever replied to me on the Alpha chats, and they don't close out the conversation, so I can't ask a new question. Okay, Liam, I'll make sure that somebody does respond back to your message via the chat. So are you unable to start a new chat, right? I'll try and close maybe your previous chat so you're able to, okay? If you've got any more questions in regards to this, guys, please just let me know. If not, I will be ending the webinar in a minute. Okay, so I can't start any new chat. I can't close from my side. Okay, I'll look into that, Liam. Okay, bear with me. How can I contact other users of Alpha? I don't quite understand the question, Anonymous. Can you please explain or elaborate on your question? Thanks for your help. Have a good one, fella. Thank you, Adriano. Andiano, sorry. Thank you. Guys, if you have any questions in regards to today's webinar as well, you can always come onto the live chat where we can always assist you. Okay, thank you so much for today, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for spending your time with us. Oh, okay, sorry, I've got it. I want to contact other users of Alpha directly to carry out to use the system. They use the system. Unfortunately, I don't believe that's possible. But what you can do is if you come onto our live chat, I can pass you over to a senior member of the team who can then, arrange that with you. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening to me. If you've got any questions, just jump onto the live chat. Use our knowledge base article links. You go into our YouTube channels. Very informative information on there that would assist you with your progress with Alpha. So I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Chat to you guys very soon. Thank you.